creatives, welcome back to the channel. Mike here, aka Matrix75, and today we're saying goodbye to a legend, a person who changed all of our lives and entertained us for decades. Yes, I'm talking about the late great Stanley. I admire Stanley just because of his promise to create and use his imagination to fuel his career for decades. Although he wasn't the 100% the driving force behind the creation of Marvel, he was one of the biggest contributors and co-creators of some of our favorite characters. I'm talking about Spider-Man, Hulk, the X-Men, Thor, Fantastic Four, Daredevil, and the list continues. He just relied on his own creativity and imagination to entertain, and it has changed the landscape of not only comic books but cinema, just storytelling in general. And it's kind of silly to say that comic books or anything fantasy driven does not boost the imagination and the creativity in the minds of our youth. It's just very important. Saying goodbye to Stanley. He is one of those people who I put on a little bit of a pedestal just because his life was that easy. It's not like he just used his imagination in his 20s, created these characters, and was just magically produced Marvel. It wasn't that easy. He worked with a lot of artists. He struggled. Marvel went through so many ups and downs. They lost some of their characters due to rights, selling some of their characters, the fall of Marvel, losing key artists that was driving force behind Marvel, only to turn around and bring everything back together and make Marvel one of the biggest driving forces within comics, and then transform the entire thing into a film production company that has basically taken over. I can't really name too many films that have been as successful as Marvel has been within the last decade. I mean, the proof is right there in front of you. So I say thank you and farewell to Stan Lee, and I hope that you and your wife are joined and together again, and I wish you rest in peace. For all of us creatives, let's use the imagination of Stan Lee and his wonderful characters to just fuel our own artistic expression, to practice our crafts. I draw Spider-Man and I draw all these characters over and over again just because it's practice for me. And I remember doing that as a very, very young age, was to go ahead and draw all of these characters over and over again. And that was more or less like my practice when I was little, was trying to mimic the wonderful artists that were working in the 80s and 90s on Marvel. And those artists got jobs because of the creativity and the imagination of Stan Lee. So it goes right back circle, and he has held a humongous part in a lot of people's minds, and so we have to pay homage when it's due. Alright, so give me a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like this content. Leave a comment below if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, or if you're new to the channel, I say welcome. Take a look around. I have a lot of videos, and hopefully you'll get inspired by one of them, or maybe more. As always, this is Mike, aka Matrix75. Stay positive, keep creating, and I'll see you next time.
Marvel has always been and always will be a reflection of the world right outside our window. That world may change and evolve, but the one thing that will never change is the way we tell our stories of heroism. Those stories have room for everyone, regardless of their race, gender, religion, or color of their skin. The only things we don't have room for are hatred, intolerance, and bigotry. That man next to you, he's your brother. That woman over there, she's your sister. And that kid walking by, hey, who knows? He may have the proportionate strength of a spider. We're all part of one big family, the human family, and we all come together in the body of Marvel. And you're part of that family. You're part of the Marvel universe that moves ever upward and onward to greater glory.